And here we are, 500 people registered for this conference. They come from 40 countries, including yeah, you? Okay. New Zealand, Australia, Ghana, the Philippines, Brazil. As the only country not presented here is the Vatican City. So we are a global movement working together to keep network work. So I hope you all signed up for Slack so we can communicate on the Things Conference. I hope you put up a lot of nice pictures and comments on Twitter using the hashtag the Things Conference. Yes, you do? You do? Okay, please do. And we have a splashing program. Next we have the event of LoRa, but of course we'll start with the initiator of the Things Network. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Wienke Giezeman.
Welcome. This is really, really awesome to see everybody here, and welcome to our headquarters of the Things Network. Actually, our office is there in the back. And as Chris said, we just thought, hey, let's do a conference. We put up indeed a website, and now we're all here, and we are very, very honored for everybody to be here from all around the world. Indeed, like from every continent, we've got people. So, when we started 2.5 years ago in July 2015, with just a group of 10 people setting up 10 gateways in Amsterdam with 10 businesses, we wouldn't have imagined that after 2.5 years, we have grown this network globally to now a community of 30,000 developers across the world, operating 2,600 gateways and having more than 500 communities. A truly vibrant developer community across more than 90 countries. And this is all because of the open nature of the Things Network and open source, but also because of the open nature of the LoRaWAN standard itself as well. And at the moment, our network servers across the world are routing more than 4 million messages a day, right? This is real low power wide area network traction. This is real traffic. So the network is great, but what we also see is a lot of experiments, a lot of proof of concepts, a lot of products being made, and we're going to see a lot of those in the coming 3 days. But I just want to run a bit through a few of these. We have Ben here in the room. He made this device. It actually makes Oxford more safe because it generates a flood warning system that allows the city hall and the citizens to see the heights of the canals, and then they can respond to that and anticipate on potential floods. We have Peter from Tokyo talking about SafeCast. This is a radioactivity sensor, and that's is connected. A few of these are connected to the Things Network, and they're mapping the radioactivity levels in Japan. Smart parking lots. We have them in several places. We have Olga from Deutsche Bahn talking about using LoRaWAN to sync these railway station clocks to make sure they're all on time, right? Using LoRaWAN for that. Really cool. Now using the community network for now in Berlin, a very big LoRaWAN Things Network city with already almost 50 gateways. This is a really awesome project we just heard about a few weeks ago. This is a project for monitoring green sea turtles. So this turtle here has a little LoRa sensor. You want to see what it's doing because it's an extinct, almost about to extinct species. And they put a LoRa sensor on the turtle. And this drone actually has a node, and it's using the TTN mapper and the Things Network gateways to find out if the area that needs to be covered by the gateways is actually done. So they use this for network mapping. Really cool use case, picking all kinds of components out of the open ecosystem and making something that works for them. What we also have seen is that after over the 2.5 years, we gradually matured. Right? So this, for instance, is a sensor that's hard-coded to the Things Network. It's in shops, where we have somebody talking about that as well. And this is from Victron Energy. and it's used as a connectivity module for their power management system. So for instance, they monitor solar panels or building battery backup systems with this. And what they say, just buy this device and go to the ThingsNet Riot Gateway there. You've got your network, you've got it covered, and now you have your connectivity for the system. Of course, we all know the famous Maarten with Signal, the amazing mousetrap, amazing business case, amazing return on investment. We now have more than 3,000 of these devices by default provisioned on the Things network. And a great story from Zurich. Zurich is our #1 city for the Things network. I was there 2 weeks ago. They have 9 gateways. Everywhere you go there in the city, and of course I always bring the LoRaWAN tracker, I see SF12 everywhere. Right? It's amazing. It's amazing how this organic model now all of a sudden creates this quality of service, creates an amazing network in the city of Zurich. So then you get businesses that build their products on top of it because they just know it works. So this is a building monitoring sensor. We have them all around the building here as well. And they just by default now launched it with the Things network. Also a great marketing tool for them as well, so to use it as a launch pad and to get started and to get people acquainted with the technology. And this is just the start. Like LoRaWAN is 2.5 years old. Like when I talk to people that are from the Wi-Fi space, if you ask to them, where was Wi-Fi when it was 2.5 years old? Like it was not like this, for sure, right? So, so if you then look at where is LoRaWAN right now, I think we can say if you plot it on the Gartner hype cycle, that we're about to pass the hype, which is amazing because like the other technologies, for instance, Narrowband RIT, it's not even a hype yet, right? So that's good. But also, if you follow this and you believe that technology evolves like this, then we also see that the only way forward for LoRaWAN is down. And it means that we need to get real, and we need to really start delivering the LoRaWAN promise. And that starts, and our hypothesis is that it starts with great products. And if we're honest, I think everybody in the ecosystem has received some devices which really were not according to the LoRaWAN promise. LoRaWAN promise is long range, low power, low cost, low OPEX, low CAPEX, like perfect IoT technology. So we need to build better products. And these products are made by developers, so we need better developers, we need more developers, right? And we need an ecosystem of all kinds of LoRaWAN tools and broaden it up, make it accessible for everybody, lower the barrier to entry to get as much as people on there to push this ecosystem. And that's what this conference is about. And we don't have booths where you can talk, we have booths where you can do something. Right? We have people that speak about something they did. Right? That's what we really feel is the next phase of LoRaWAN and also of the Things network. And we do this with a great group of partners. So for instance, Microchip is going to talk about end-to-end security, secure elements in their modules, how to connect that to a secure cloud as well. Semtech, Nicolas is going to tell about the future of LoRa and what's in store there. My devices is going to show how you can easily visualize the data and show the data of your devices. Together with Multitech and ARM, we're working on firmware over-the-air updates. This is a very, very critical feature for the sustainable security of LoRaWAN that we can update devices. Rock and Resin are going to tell about making secure gateways and also having firmware over-the-air update over that for your platform. And these are all the great sponsors we had for this event. Without them, it would never have been possible to do this event. So I want to have a round of applause for everybody here on the slide. And it's really been great to have everybody here. We have 3 days. Everybody has enough time to visit them. We have more content than you can actually chew. But we will record everything and you will be able to watch it online later. We're going to do some very cool announcements. So one of the big announcements is that as of today, we have published together with TWTG a complete open source LoRaWAN stack. That means open source node software and open source node hardware design. A complete open source hardware gateway design and gateway software, and the network server of the Things Network. This means that everybody can build a complete stack, also without our help, because you just on GitHub and just get started. One of the things that is still missing in the Things Network right now is that it's really great that we're connecting all these gateways, but all these gateways are actually connecting to a Things Network managed service, which is still a central thing. So if you look at our manifest and at our beliefs of building distributed solid systems, we're changing that. We're open sourcing our network server, and we're going to allow other parties to run network servers all across the world without our involvement, but just with peering agreements. This, first of all, gives the opportunity to distribute it more and make this platform more open, which actually will make the pie bigger for everybody. But the second thing is it will allow businesses to set up end-to-end chains where they are in control of the quality of service and in control of the level of security. And they can build their own routes of connectivity of LoRaWAN as they please. They can build a Fort Knox or they can build a ByteNox. Sometimes your business requirements are different. So this is something we're going to launch. Johan is going to talk about that tomorrow. This is our open source server. It does everything, the join server, the identity server, a console to log in. A very exciting piece of software that actually has embedded in it the 2.5 years of experience we now have with running LoRaWAN at this scale, distributed globally. And some very, very cool thing, I think this is really, really nice, is that Thomas Telkom, together with the European Space Agency, with the Norwegian Space Agency, and us, and Semtech, managed to get hold of a satellite. And now, above our heads, actually at 10 o'clock, it's again passing. It's sending down LoRa message at 180 megahertz. We have a big antenna on the roof. And in a workshop, we're going to demodulate that message. And you can see that also in the LoRa Alliance stand. So, yeah, I just want to make sure that everybody really enjoys this conference. And again, we're super proud to be here. We're very, very thankful for all the sponsors. And of course, the LoRa Alliance that's also having some showcases at the entrance. And yeah, enjoy and have a very, very good 3 days. Thank you.